Technically, we're live, but we're gonna wait a little bit just for Twitch to catch up and all the other platforms. But you can see us. We're here.
Okay, there it is. All right. Here we go. You're listening to the We Talk Nerd podcast, the podcast about gaming, movies, and everything nerd. I'm your host, Brandon.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Rob.
And we're going to start off talking to Rob this week and see what he's been playing. So take it away, Rob.
Yeah, so kind of a bit of a short week since we podcasted on Friday. So, I get a lot of my gaming done weeknights. I did have an opportunity to play a bit more Assassin's Creed, so that's always fun. I did decide to go ahead and dust off the Battlefront 2 and see what those loot boxes were all about.
Mm-hmm.
All those loot boxes.
And luckily, I was able to play through the first mission of the campaign, with my childhood hero, Iden Versio, that famous Star Wars character that
Famous.
everyone
lunch
absolutely
boxes
loves.
and everything of him, man.
So I left a little underwhelmed, but it's still way too early for me to have like a final judgment on it. But looks kind of cool. So we'll see what happens from there.
Personally enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for it to go down to $20.
it went to 30, and that's when I said, okay,
Pretty low.
trigger pulled.
Nah, 20 is a trigger.
The 20s.
So I can spend the extra 10 on loot boxes when it comes back.
Yes.
Right. Also,
do
speaking
that.
of Assassin's Creed Origins, we have a giveaway that's going out after the one that's complete. That's going to
Oh
be
my God, we're
Assassin's
giving away Assassin's Creed Origins?
Yes, we are. A physical copy, a PS4. It was
Nice.
It was given by Cliff, so it should
Thanks,
be
Cliff.
exciting. Yeah,
That's awesome.
just look out for that.
Yeah. What about what have you been doing, Andrew?
Yeah, still the Discord game or the community game. It's a meta game. I like to play with the community. No, I've been playing some Destiny. I still for the life of me I can't get a contender shell, and that's the exotic shell that drops off of raids. I've done 17, 18 raids, and I haven't seen one. People in my raids have seen 2, 3. I've seen people have like a full, like they've gotten 3 in a row, and it's not in my cards, I guess. So I'm gonna keep going for it though. Keep going for it. It exists out there for me
Somewhere.
somewhere.
It is
Yeah.
out there somewhere. That's cool. I actually just finished leveling another 110 on the Alliance, so I can actually make my allied races. So
Nice. Congratulations. That's that grind is not as bad as maybe it used to be, but it's still a
no,
grind.
it's not that bad at all. It didn't take that long at all to go from I did a demon hunter, so it was really short from 100 to 110. So
I'm still doing
a lot
it.
shorter than I remember. Yeah, the rep really didn't take that long as I thought it was going to, but yeah, so that's all I've done this week is good old WoW.
It's taken me a bit, but that's just because I have other stuff. But yeah,
But,
I'll get there. Whoops, there we go.
Before we get into everything, I do want to say that starting maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, I'm going to start doing a series with me and my wife, and we're going to play the Borderlands franchise because she doesn't play games. I think it'd be kind of interesting to like get her kind of.
That's
reaction to
awesome.
playing games.
So are you talking about the like Borderlands 1, 2, or the Tales from the Borderlands? The
1 and 2.
1 and 2? Nice.
Co-op. Yeah, first person.
It's so funny that you mentioned. I wasn't going to bring it up because it's a bit of an old game, but I picked up Borderlands 2 again today
Oh yeah.
and started playing because if you didn't know, they have on Twitch right now. They have what they're calling the Hunt, which is a charity event right now where they're looking for rare drops throughout Borderlands 2.
Oh.
So they have specific guns that they know drop from certain monsters, and basically the streamers will just grind on these monsters until they drop, and then once they drop, they get points. Most guns you get about, I don't know, I would say like 5 to 10 points, somewhere in that range, and they could take an hour to an hour and a half for each one to drop. So there's people out there with like 600 points, which means they haven't slept at all since this whole thing started.
Yeah.
But it's for charity, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, I had a little bit of fun playing Borderlands 2 as well, to piggyback off what you're saying.
Yeah, I haven't played them in a while, so it'll be interesting. and of course she doesn't play anything at all, so that'd be even more interesting.
Are you doing on PC or are you doing on?
Yeah, because I have extra keys from Humble
Oh, nice.
Bundle. Make her a
Extra
Steam account,
keys.
put them on there.
Make them rain.
Awesome.
Extra keys.
How many times have you guys played it?
We haven't played any. She's never played.
How about you?
Like me, I've played through Borderlands when it came out, and Borderlands 2 when it came out, but other than that, not much.
I think I played every single character
Oh, wow.
three times over.
Really?
Yeah, and I've gotten almost probably every legendary, and I've gotten probably. I've hacked that game a little bit. I received hacked things,
Hacks?
and either way,
Wow.
either way, it's a
You've cheated,
fun game.
in other words.
It's a great
So
thing.
maybe
It's a great
this
game.
year we'll get a Borderlands 3 announcement. That'd be nice.
I hope so.
It's got to be this year.
I forgot how fun it was. I mean, it's been 5 years since I
It
played
is fun to just like shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot I had the B. Like, it was so funny because I logged in thinking, all right, well, I'm going to start over, with Borderlands 2 because, I played on the 360. And yeah, even though I did get a copy of it for the Xbox One, it wasn't exactly I didn't think it would carry over. But no, I logged in and there's my character from, 5 years ago sitting there waiting for me. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it was amazing. I was really happy with it. So
Nothing
I
like
think they all sync up.
nothing like emptying a clip from your gun and throwing it at the enemies and exploding.
Yeah, that's always nice. I had to go find the
Running
B
people
again
over.
because
The
for
B.
some reason I didn't have the B.
Yeah, the bees are like number one.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But I guess we'll go ahead and start diving into some discussions. That you guys remember that Mario Odyssey multiplayer DLC? That
Yeah.
was talked about. That'll be out this week. So
Oh,
if
nice.
you're into playing some multiplayer on Mario, coming up soon.
Free
And,
DLC.
Free DLC.
Amazing.
No
Well,
season
that
one.
is, that's so weird.
It's Nintendo.
Nice guy, Nintendo.
Nice guy.
Nice
I'm
guy,
surprised they didn't
Nintendo.
do it with Zelda, but
That's because Zelda's a gold mine. I mean,
Yeah,
then again,
Zelda-
not
Mario
even
is too.
Nintendo
So
could,
I don't know.
Like,
Yeah,
ignore
Zelda
that.
was 20, and they probably could have gone even higher.
Right.
Yeah, probably. They could have done 30 or 40 easy.
Mhm.
But you guys remember Warcraft 3, right?
Oh yeah, how
Yes.
could you forget?
So this week, Blizzard released a new installer for it. So it's like all new, all streamlined. They're fancy new. It's not on BattleNet. I haven't found it on BattleNet, but it's got a Battle.net like style installer now. So the rumor mill, it's pumping away saying, "Oh, there's be a remaster coming out. Could there be a sequel coming out?" And what do you guys think about that? You think a remaster or sequel is a good time, like right now?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends on what they're going to charge for it. Because I know they remastered StarCraft, but I did not look to see.
I think it's
Like, I
pretty
don't know what they're
pricey.
charging for it.
I felt
So
it was pricey. Maybe I don't know. I feel like if it's Warcraft 3, I could probably pay $20 to $30 for
Don't say 30.
a remaster.
Just 20. Under.
Just
under.
20.
20 bucks.
Yeah.
Just
20. Just 20. Right.
is that with the expansion?
You're right, the Frozen
at this
Throne.
point, you would have to think it'd come with the expansion.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I mean you never know. That's a revenue
you
stream.
don't-
You're discounting.
You don't ever know, but I feel like I don't know. Like you got to. But
I would
if they
go back
went,
and play
if
the
they went the road of a sequel, what would you think Warcraft 4 would look like?
I don't know if they're ever going to do a true sequel to Warcraft 3 because that's going to stomp all over World of
Right.
Warcraft lore.
Right.
So
I think
I
it'd
would like
have
to
to
see
be
a prequel.
A prequel, yep.
Yeah,
Maybe
give me
set
like
during was it War of the Ancients, that kind of thing.
yeah, whatever. I mean they can make it up.
They could
It-
just make it up.
There really doesn't have to be a specific time frame. I mean,
I mean, they do have really solid lore in place, but I don't know. I mean,
yeah, they could
I would
flesh out some of those
love-
like old ones that they've been talking about. Some of the things that
yeah,
thousands of years ago, this and this happened, this broke away, whatever. So maybe like, where the Blood Elves faction all started. I mean, that's, thousands of years. So yeah, they got a long runway there.
They're going to introduce the mods way back when too, right? Into this remastered version. Because that's all I care about is playing those mods, those old mods. Footies versus grunts, just footies. And
Playing some Dota.
some
original
old
Dota.
original Dota. That'd be great. Yeah, that game I played so much, mainly because of when WoW was down on Tuesdays. That's all I would play
Warcraft.
is Warcraft 3. So, and I
I
really
love-
miss
I love that game.
I really miss the heroes. The heroes, just having a hero with your units changes the entire game.
That was a cool take on RTS.
I love it.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed that too, but I never picked up MOBA, and it seems like that's where it is nowadays. I mean, do you think RTS really has a place now that MOBA is so so much at the forefront?
Oh, it's not even MOBAs anymore. It's Battle Royale now. So it's even moved from MOBA now to Battle Royale. So
League is still huge, and
it is, but
I don't see a prequel. I don't even see a prequel or a sequel coming for Warcraft 3, and I don't have a lot of optimism for a remaster either. But
I think that's probably most likely is the remaster, just because it's proven.
Anything likely, but
mm-hmm.
I think
they've done it before.
Yeah, if they're going to do another like a brand new RTS, it's definitely going to be a StarCraft sequel, and not like WoW's too ingrained now. You can't even come close.
You think for sure? Because I mean, they just wrapped up StarCraft not that long ago. I mean, I want to say 2014, 2015.
I mean, but I don't know. Unless you do a Diablo RTS, I don't know.
I feel like Diablo RTS is. I mean, Diablo is good at what it does. It's a hack and slash. Let it live there.
Hey guys,
maybe a new IP would be nice.
Just to answer your question, Rob, about does Warcraft 3 and RTSs have a place? This patch just came out, right? Frozen Throne, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So I actually follow Grubby. He's a good HOTS player, and he's also a commentator. He plays Warcraft 3. He played Warcraft 3 on the weekends, and there was like 2K people. Now there's 5K people watching him just play this.
It's pretty good.
That's really
good. I mean, it might be because of him as the streamer, but I mean, that's good to have anybody, But you see Lyric playing, and he'll play like some garbage game and have like
that's true.
40,000 people. So it's not the drawing power of, Barbie Horse Parade. It's, it's Lyric on them. So
yeah,
it draws in nostalgia, I'm sure, from a lot of people.
Sure.
Only time will tell with Blizzard, and nothing's ever set in stone with them. And I don't know if you guys remember this, and I vaguely remember this, but the Fable of Fortune card game that was in the Fable universe, that I guess was really talked about more when Hearthstone first came out, is finally going to be leaving early access. So I think it's going to be like available. I think early access is like a sort of like a closed beta, and not a lot of people could play it. So now it's going to be, I guess, officially out.
Did any of you guys play it?
No.
Okay.
To leave early access just to die. No, I don't know. Yeah. Versus all this Gwent card game and all the other Hearthstone, and I think there's just a lot more card games.
Yeah, is there a place for it? Because you've got you got that. You got what's the Shadow one that I see? Like it's Shadow.
No,
Shadow something. One. It's all over the place.
Yeah, I know. I kind of know what you're talking about.
But... So there's the Elder Scrolls Legends one, and there's Gwent.
Oh, Dota's coming out with one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
there you go. I think it's Shadowverse. Am I right about that? Shadowverse.
I'll have to. I don't know. There's just too many of them. I don't know.
Well,
that one almost wants to put me in a seizure because it's like flashing lights and like exploding and fireworks everywhere.
I thought Hearthstone was flashy and like, yeah,
Hearthstone's
there's more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like Fable and you like card game, you might want to try this one.
You recommending it?
No. You tell us how it is. How about that?
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to see the Fable franchise be treated the way it's being treated.
They'll make a new one. It'll be good.
They are. We've talked about that before, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on a little bit. Have you guys ever wanted to play esports on your mobile phone? Like, just wanted to be, like, just on the go, going, like, just to the extreme in the esports world, right?
On my mobile data, roaming.
On your phone, roaming around, roaming all those charges up. Well, guess what? You can now with Angry Birds. I think it's called Angry Birds Champions, but it's the esports version of Angry Birds, where you compete against other people for real money.
I wish I had a clip of these. I should just put clips also Just transition. I'll do that later. Like I'll figure out a transition scene where I can just
Of a bird.
just throw it in there. Yeah, because I can't
But-
see this happening in my head. But
The first thing that jumped in my mind was the sad story of like someone getting swatted over like a disagreement on like an Angry
Oh,
Birds
yeah.
thing. Like,
Oh.
how terrible is that headline going to be? Like when that actually comes out, because you see it all. You see it with the Call of Duty line.
Angry Birds.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be kind of hard to, swat somebody while you're like got your phone in your face. Like you can't do both at the same time.
Like, it's right there.
I guess you could swipe up or whatever, and
Yeah.
yeah.
In case you're listening and you're thinking swatting might be a good thing to do or something you'd like to look into, don't do it. It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, hi.
It is so dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Angry Birds, esports. It's really weird. It's not the kind of publicity I was hoping for the esports world, but
Well, I think
Yeah.
there is a MOBA on mobile that is doing very, very well. I can see that
it's
doing
really hard to play.
yeah, but I can see that doing more or at least better than this. But it's released and they put time into it, they put money into it, and they're giving away real money. So
I mean, I'm sure they made buckets and buckets of money from the other Angry Bird games.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Angry Birds is much like Plants vs. Zombies. It's a name that was near and dear to my heart and no longer means anything. So
long
it's a name cash grab.
Yeah, it really is.
if they put any of those older games, Candy Crush Champions, they probably would do the same.
Oh God.
Mhm.
Probably do the same.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I can see that.
Moving on from something really kind of weird to something cool. Doom on the Switch is going to have motion control support. So if you ever wanted to like get in there and rip an arm off a demon, play it on the Switch, and you can use your Joy-Cons to rip around and tear
So you
people
rip one of your
apart.
Joy-Cons off the side of your Switch?
Yes, rah, rip it in half. Get all Doom on it. But that's pretty cool. I mean, you have Doom VR on the PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's pretty cool. I don't know how it'll work with aiming and stuff like that, but I do know like there's some kind of motion controls with yanking arms and stuff off in Doom. I haven't played Doom. You guys played Doom?
Not on the Switch, but I mean, I play it on PC. It's amazing.
I actually
Maybe I should get
want
into
to
it.
play it on the Switch because I haven't played
I
Doom.
gotta do too.
I haven't played Doom as well. So I mean, I probably
Might
have it
get
on.
the Switch.
Yeah, I might get it on the Switch too. And then just
Played on my car
just
on
make
lunch
it
or
just
something.
just make a little video of yourself ripping something off, like, and then I'll put it on the next video here.
There we go. That's what we'll do. And you guys fans of Spyro?
Love Spyro back when.
Yeah, who isn't?
Well, it's getting a remaster. All the trilogy, which I don't think is every game, but the main three are going to be remastered for the PS4, much like Crash Bandicoot was. So,
And that did very well. Very, very
Yeah.
well.
That was actually fun to watch
nostalgia
because it looked
prints
nice.
money. So
Yeah. Now Spyro, man, when you think of Spyro and you think of Crash, like it's two very different things because Crash had a kind of a limited world
right,
that you kind of traverse through. So it was like a 3D Mario, right? So like you got this corridor that you're running down and you're jumping on things and all that. But Spyro was like one of the first, I don't want to call it open world, but in that Mario 64 area where it had like,
Yeah.
big areas, but they are really flat and super plain. So, how do you switch it up in such a way that, you can
Make the
have
feeling.
have the same feeling of it, but also
Isn't it the same
Yeah.
as Crash though? Like
No,
it's
no,
all
Crash is-
nostalgia. It's nostalgia based.
Yeah,
I
but I'm
think
just
they'll
saying
probably go through and
technically-
add stuff. I'm sure.
Oh, adding.
Like trees and bushes and.
They can
something
always
that
add
life.
some sort of collectible to collect. Spyro's all
Yeah.
about the collectibles.
that is true.
Yeah, so if they can add more of those secret levels, more secret levels.
Is it a remaster or like a remake? Because that's where I think a remake probably makes more sense for Spyro, because I mean they've already. I mean, you guys have heard of Skylanders. That's
Yeah.
probably one of the largest franchises for kids right now still. and it's been doing that for quite some time. I don't know if they would just continue on with what they're already doing and do it in a remake type of way, but yeah, if it's getting a remaster, that's it's interesting.
I think it is a remaster, not a remake or reboot, but it is a remaster. Akin to Crash. But, I mean, they might just get in there the graphic files and slap a new coat of paint on it and throw it out the door, and I think it'll still sell.
And people will buy it. Yeah,
people will buy it.
If they put something like Banjo-Kazooie remastered, would you guys get it?
Yeah.
See, there you go. There's your answer. It's the same thing. Like Spyro and Banjo-Kazooie is the same thing. For me, Banjo-Kazooie is one of the best things. Like I had to get that.
Hey guys, I have some breaking news. We have a celebrity in the house. Thrust has joined the chat.
Oh, Thrust.
Welcome, Thrust. Good to have you.
Good to have you. Yeah. I get updates from here.
Coming in live.
He's not reading it.
Okay. Yes.
A little behind. But speaking of remastered, I think.
Yeah, you guys heard of this. Burnout Paradise. I mean, who hasn't played Burnout Paradise? Come on.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah. Right. With the amazing soundtrack, with all these different, like, party games you could do. I love the party mode. You can just invite all your friends in there and just do crazy things. Absolutely crazy things. I really want to get this when it comes out. And
have you tried Forza Horizon yet?
I've tried Forza Horizon, just the first one, but it's really nothing. That's more of a simulator. It has like a storyline to it, whereas Burnout Paradise is just go out, open world goofiness, do whatever you like, and it has party mode in it. The idea is that it's a remastered version with every DLC, everything that has been done for that game. Keeps the old soundtrack, like I mentioned, and no microtransactions. So if you think if you're thinking, hey, they're just gonna sell more cars with this remastered version or something like that, no, they said no microtransactions. It's gonna come as with everything in it, like before. It's the game you loved and enjoyed, and that gives me reason to buy it right there.
Yeah, that's strong because Forza Horizon. Very fun, cool game. Like if you play it, like the driving mechanics are fantastic. The scenery is really great, but it is loaded with microtransactions to buy individual cars and different perks and stuff. So I shouldn't say perks, but different like spins on the cars. Cost real world money. So don't love that part of it.
It's a popular game for sure because it's at 3, right? Forza Horizon 3, and I can see more of because there is Forza, which is your simulation, more pro, I would say, being more Gran Turismo-ish, that sort of thing, and then there's Forza Horizon, which has that storyline. Right, I've only played really the first one, and it was not so great story, but it was a good gameplay. Is that the same thing? I assume for 2 and 3.
Yeah. Okay. I never played 2, but I bought 3 because I didn't buy 3 when it came out. I bought 3 when it was on sale. I bought 3 when it came with a big bundle, a bunch of cars, and I got it, for a reasonable price. And actually, Microsoft had given me a Halo Warthog to drive around, so you can actually can ride around in that. It's pretty sick. But it has a lot of off-road elements, which is what Horizon brings that the normal Forza doesn't. So your Forza is your track racing. And then your Forza Horizon's your open world, do whatever, and that's what I enjoy.
The Crew, it's like the better version of the Crew.
Similar to the Crew, but I think the Crew has like planes and everything else too.
I think that's the next one that's coming out has that
Crew
stuff.
2.
Yeah, or
planes
something.
And what I want is the Need for Speed Underground remakes. Those are my racing games.
Yeah, I always like the Hot Pursuit ones.
Hot Pursuit. Well, that
I didn't
one,
like the remake of the Hot Pursuit.
There was that one that came out recently. No good.
But Underground, Carbon, Most Wanted.
They could do 40 times and stuff.
I like Pro Street too.
Yeah,
I mean, all that
I never played any of those. I just did Underground because you could race each other and you'd have the boost and everything. Kind of click the thumbstick at the right time, and it It was pretty cool looking, but other than just being able to race head to head, I didn't really see a lot of other stuff I wanted to do in there.
But you
I
can.
like the customization and stuff like that in the game. You wanted to race to win money to buy upgrades to make your car look nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's a simple time.
But you can bring you can get all that stuff like arcade stuff in Burnout Paradise for now.
Yep.
At least for now. Until they do bring back the Need for Speed in a good sense.
Yeah, wait a minute. This is EA, right?
Yeah.
How is there no yeah, you know what? There's no microtransactions now.
Oh yeah.
Funny enough,
Who
the
knows?
recent Need for Speed did have microtransactions, and that's how you unlock parts for the car, I believe. You gain virtual currency to open a random box that had a random part for your car.
Yeah, that's so terrible. Games need to stop it.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yes.
Wow.
Just
Terrible.
you know what? Just start charging $75 a game, and just include what the game is supposed to have with it.
Stop.
These are
Eventually
honestly
goes on sale again, but they try to sneak it from you. Like they say, here's your free game, here's your standard edition of the game, right? And then you have to end up kicking in the additional dollars to unlock really what the game should have in the first place. Look at Shadow of War. You couldn't really beat the game without spending real money.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get technical, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I like Shadow War a lot, and I want to say, not to discourage anybody, but that doesn't kick into the very last act.
Yeah, the end of the game.
Yeah, the end of the game.
The reason you're
I feel
playing.
like that was a like the developer came in and said, "Hey, how can we make money off this?" They're like,
Well, it wasn't the developer.
or the publisher rather.
Yeah.
To say, slow it down right here.
So now this is not going to happen, I know, but the dream world is that what they did before a couple years ago is just get standard game, next get DLC, next get second DLC. That's it. There are no microtransactions.
These expansions.
Yeah, or expansions, right? Those things. But then there was that logic of like, oh, these expansions fractured the player base, which it did, right? And you have to admit that it did. And then they sort of wanted to merge all that together and to do these microtransactions. In a sense, it was logical, but then now they're abusing it, right? They're just abusing their player base and the money that they can grab from it. And these are great discussions discussions that can happen on the PixelPub official subreddit. There you go. Oh, that's a great transition.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
just
pat myself.
Got my phone open and I subscribed.
Appreciate that. So what we have is we finally got our subreddit back. It was originally just one for a stream, but then it kind of fell off a bit. But we want to bring it back. We really do want to use it as a source of just news or events that we're gonna have. Use it for forums for discussions like this one that we're having about microtransactions. It'll be great to have that on the subreddit, and that subreddit is our PixelPub.
Too simple.
Really simple.
Way too simple.
So Redditors, get the posting, subscribe, get in there.
Memes.
Yeah, because you may not be all into Discord. You might be on Reddit anyway. So why not talk about PixelPub and maybe what's going on in Wrath Incarnate or whatever else right there on the around the subreddit.
Mm-hmm. There's also a lot of you can tag We Talk Nerd podcast if you'd like, and for stuff to discuss. Especially we would get into it, especially if the thread has gotten large and the discussion is big. Just put it that way. So we're also looking for Reddit admins if you're well versed in the ways of Reddit. We could use your talents, meme generation and banhammer. So just make sure to if you want to get with me, talk about it. We're looking for people just to build up the whole entire Reddit community, right?
Yep. And we will read it. We read the Discord. If you bring something up on there, there's a good chance we're going to talk about it. So, yeah, if you'd like to get your thoughts and opinions heard, you can definitely put it in that subreddit. We will talk about it.
This is also cool because we didn't really explain the layout for our stream right now, but right below me is the We Talk Nerd podcast channel inside our Discord. So if you could type in there right now, it'll show up live. So just something to think about. If we start, you can be live there. You can be live on Twitch, way under Brendan over there. That's live on Twitch. Yeah. And then we have some more news about the community. We want to not move, but like basically invite more WoW players into the community. And this is something I didn't know until last night, where Blaze, the leader of the Bad Mom Jammas, basically told me about, was the WoW community UI. Have you seen this, Brendan? You haven't seen this at all? He posted it inside the tavern, if you wanted to read it. But the idea is that it will allow your individual characters to join into a group of guilds. So that would mean that there's a separate UI that you log into, that you're part of, and they can have several guilds that are, maybe Mythic Plus driven, or maybe PvP driven, or raid driven, and they can they have like a nice UI to invite those people, voice chat and real chat. That's all within the game. And we're going to utilize that in PixelPub. So we're talking to guild leaders. So if you are a guild leader out there, if you want to become part of a greater community like PixelPub, then talk to me. You can just join Discord and DM me, BloodRave120.
Not in a guild.
Yeah.
You want to play well. Bad Mama Jammas is always open.
For sure.
Sargeras and Bleeding Hollow for the Lord.
I also didn't want to put there that this does not change any recruiting efforts away from the Bad Mom Jammas. We fully support their growth, especially as a guild, because I've been raiding with them, and I'll be with them as well. So if you're any interested player, just follow that direction. Horde, Alliance, Sargeras, Bleeding Hollow.
A little slow right now, but, there's not much to do besides level characters right now, so.
Which is what I'm doing. Yeah. Quick Bungie news. Nightfall updates Nightfall updates are delayed, and then that's the Bungie news. It's pretty quick, huh?
I was expecting more.
No, that's it. What's the next subject?
And you would be wrong, because you're getting less.
Yeah. So in this case, I don't want to discuss it too much, but Bungie, when they said all the updates I discussed last week, they're delaying it. Simple as that. They just said we need more time.
While you're waiting for that, you could invest your time in playing Rocket League. We have a question in chat asking the merits of playing Rocket League. I really enjoy the game, so being interactive with chat, I love Rocket League. It's so much fun. I do
know that they're adding DC hero vehicles, so like you're going to play with the Batmobile. That's coming out very soon.
I have a Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future's been there.
And Rick and Morty's in there too.
What do you guys play on? What do you guys play on?
Switch? I play on Switch now.
Now, they are not cross-platform.
They are completely cross-platform.
Except PlayStation, I think.
Yep. Only PlayStation is not cross-platform.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you could be playing against PC, Switch, Xbox, all wide open. And they all play about the same. It's not a very, graphically intensive game. It looks nice. It's smooth playing. It's fun.
I played it just a little bit, and it's one of those games where it's easy to pick up, but hard to master.
Oh, definitely. I still make some dumb mistakes trying to put me in front of a goal and tell me I have to defend it, and you're going to see some hilarity because I'm going to mess up. I'm going to end up just turboing out of the way of a ball or something. Yep, the DeLorean. Yep.
It was popular just a little bit ago, but now it's more of that pickup game in between other games now.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. Thrust just said, it's FIFA with cars. You can have 1, 2, 3 players. So you got a lot of options there. The pro people are extremely fun to watch because they're not just on the on the main pitch. They're all over, up the walls and 360 and everything. So it's inventive and it's fun. So yeah, definitely recommend it.
Nice. Yeah. So we went from Bungie news to that. Yeah. Go ahead.
What is all the games that we're having in the community right now?
Yeah, so I want to put a lot of effort into spreading our bounds to other games. Our community plays a lot of games. We're all gamers. We started from Destiny, but that doesn't necessarily mean we just play Destiny, right?
We
So
can see what you're playing in Discord.
yeah, we can.
We know.
But it was actually mostly the community saying, "Can we rally behind this game?" And I wanted to put some power to the players. And we have an Arc server, Arc Survival Evolved server, that was run and owned by Espresso, and then an admin by Archangel. I am Archangel. They do a fantastic job. That chat is very active and welcoming. Anyone that joins that will be very, very happy. So I'm gonna try to promote that server, and it can grow. Same with Diablo 3. I didn't even know Diablo 3 had a community or a clan system.
Yep.
Didn't even know. So if you guys want to go into season 13, which is actually coming out,
still grinding away at Diablo for some reason. You can do that.
if you want to, you can join the. We'll use the Wrath Incarnate. We use the Wrath Incarnate name for Diablo 3. I think it's more fitting, and then it also has a really nice win tag. So if you want the win tag, get in there. You can actually do that through the UI in Diablo 3. Just search Wrath Incarnate. Rainbow Six Siege, very popular game. A lot of people are playing it. I think you said Rob. You said there's new updates and everything too.
Yeah, another season, adding some new operators.
Yep.
So operators are, basically your characters, like you have in Overwatch, how you have your core group of players, but they keep adding new players that are fundamentally different and add, new dimension to the game. So, if you're not quite sure if you really want a tactical shooter or not, check it out on Twitch. You'll see it's got a nice kind of an arcadey element to it. It's not too much of a simulation, and some of the abilities are pretty impressive. I've only played it for just a little bit, but the characters or the operators I've unlocked, it feels super rewarding when you unlock one, and they add such a new dimension. Like I just unlocked Sledge.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the first ones you normally unlock, and he is exactly what you think. He's a guy with a sledgehammer who knocks holes in walls.
So you can just bust through and shoot people. Yeah.
Yeah, but what's cool is when you unlock him, they give you like a video of like
what he does.
This is what your guy can do, and it just shows him like it basically it's like they put a GoPro on his hammer, and he's just swinging it at the wall, and it's so cool looking. So yeah, they do a nice little presentation whenever you get a new operator. So definitely very cool to try that out.
Rainbow Six Siege, yeah, very popular, and we want to invite people into the community, and possibly this is a possibility of creating an actual team to do tournaments or something like that. But we have to get players in first, so we're spreading our bounds there, and of course we cannot forget Fortnite Battle Royale. That game. I don't know. It's bringing down servers. They're putting so much time and effort into that game. It's being yeah. So basically, we want to make sure that we're we're getting those players too.
I just started playing. I played my first match today.
How was it?
Got no kills.
Yeah,
it is surprisingly hard to shoot people really far away in that game.
Yeah, I'm like the pacifist they dropped there. Like, hey, let's drop this guy who's never going to find guns. And I just end up running around getting shotgunned by somebody who knows what they're doing. But it's fun. I like the skydiving aspect because I get to do it so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really feel like a fish out of water in that game.
But I'm sure it was that way with PUBG, though. Like, when you started.
Like, you get a gun in PUBG and you're aiming down sights. That's fine. I'm walking around like, should I break this building down for materials? Should I get I only have 4 slots. Should I get this gun or this gun? And I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't build a single thing. I'm trying to find loot. I'm not fast at it. That's for sure.
And there was another thing that I just learned too. My wife plays with her brother, and Xbox and PC obviously, they run just fine together. They're cross-platform, and PS4 is out in the open doing their own thing again. So something to think about.
Mm.
Another very popular game that's not supported cross-platform because of Sony.
It's crazy. I don't know what the deal is over there, why they are not. Everybody else is in on it.
Yep. That's all gaming stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's more than last couple of weeks. So that's good. But are you guys excited for movie talk?
Oh yeah, love movie talk.
There better be some Pacific Rim in here.
We have to every week. It's required.
But before we jump into the big review this week, I wanted to let you guys know that Jurassic World 3 has got a 2021 release date. And I don't know, unless you guys live under a rock, you clearly know the second Jurassic World hasn't come out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they're pretty confident it's going to do well.
Okay.
It's gonna do well. I mean, the first one did
the
what?
first one did.
The first one did like $1 billion, right? So I mean,
It's one of the highest grossing films.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
yeah. The first, believe it's like the third highest of all time. It is,
Okay.
and yeah, it's not that good.
It's not that good. It's not that good. Nope.
It's not bad. It's
Not
just
bad.
it's not the third best movie of all time. So you know, to be the
Yeah, put
third
that
highest
list
grossing
side
is-
by side.
I think Avatar is still number one, right?
Transformers. Why is Transformers
I mean,
there?
depends on if you do inflation. If you do inflation, no.
You gotta do inflation.
With inflation, the highest grossing's gone with the wind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That movie made so much money.
It was the only movie.
Is it
That
because Jeff Goldblum is going to be in the 3? Is that why?
He is.
He's gonna be in 2.
Oh.
He's only in 2 as well.
Oh,
He's
okay.
in 2, and that's good. And he's the Grand Master now for forever. I will always
It would always be the
always
Grand
be
Master.
referred to him as the Grand Master.
Now that is a great movie.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And I don't know if you guys are fans of the Transformers series, but after they come out with the Bumblebee spinoff, I think, which is next year, it looks like they're going to reboot the whole thing, start from scratch again.
The same director, of course. Maybe.
I mean,
Is it?
Shia
Is it
LaBeouf.
Michael Bay again?
yeah, Transformers without Michael Bay.
I don't know how you make Transformers really much different than what Michael Bay did. I mean, maybe you could go with a different art direction and maybe give a little bit different look and feel to it. But
Maybe some more
overall,
Cybertron stuff.
it's
Maybe some
big.
older.
Start
on
at Cybertron.
It was man, they were on Cybertron. It looked gross.
Hmm.
The new ones look bad. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
I mean, do it right. I don't know what they were thinking with the current series. It's so jank. After the first 3, it just gets really janky.
Well, I know what they were thinking.
Money.
These suckers will buy anything.
Yeah, when you say fans, you're not really talking about fans. You're talking about a cult of people that like Transformers.
Or just action fans. People that just want to go see robots punch and fight each other. In which case, they would be better served to watch
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
That's right. Pacific Rim. Specifically Pacific Rim.
Specific.
I don't know about the second one, but I'll still watch it.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. This is coming from a person that tells me every single time why do you like Pacific Rim? And
No, I like Pacific Rim.
oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
I like it quite a bit. The director Guillermo del Toro
Yeah.
was very good. I watched his most recent one, The Shape of Water.
I have not watched
I haven't
that.
seen it, but it looks really weird.
It's nominated. It's basically Abe Sapien from Hellboy falls in
Yeah.
love with this girl. It's weird. It's out there, but
it
it's
sounds weird.
beautiful in its own way. It's like it's like the creature from the Black Lagoon, hooked up with a girl, and they fell in love through a very untraditional love story.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's good.
And
Yeah, I
then-
mean, if you can,
And then
if you can
robots
get
come in,
past that,
right?
there's no action.
Right? Right?
Just
I'm
fish.
thinking, no robots.
Then I can't watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just okay.
But it's very good. Doesn't really fall in the context of this podcast, but it's a good movie. Yeah, if you like artistic movies or like to take a chance on movies, go watch it. I think you'll enjoy it.
Speaking of good movies that I think you should watch because I think you'll enjoy it, Black Panther.
Oh yeah, did that come out?
Yeah.
Not on Redbox yet, so I can't watch it.
So
Well, we may
I know
be
you
talking
went and
about
watched
the
it, Rob,
biggest.
right?
Yeah, I did. We may be talking about the most the top grossing movie of all time pretty soon.
could be.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
it's starting $235 million opening weekend. That's staggering.
It is.
Wow.
And when I went to my little quiet movie theater on Sunday, it was packed.
Yep.
It was sold out. Every single seat was taken.
Hmm.
So, but
And it's a good
besides
movie.
people going to it, what did you think of the movie?
It's good. I personally think that this movie had the best villain in the Marvel universe.
What, the guy with the mixtape, Andy
Yeah,
Serkis?
the mixtape. Yep.
Spoilers,
mixtape
spoilers,
coming out?
spoilers.
It's not a big spoiler.
I know, I'm just.
I don't know what you thought about it, Rob, but it's a I think it's it's a good villain if you can look at him and go, he might not be a villain in a certain perspective because what he's
I was on
doing,
his side.
he thinks is right.
I was on his side. Michael B. Jordan, who we all know is he was in the movie Chronicle. He was really good in that. He was the Human Torch in the latest Fantastic Four reboot.
Yep.
He was Creed in Creed.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been in a lot of really good movies. Fantastic actor, and he really, I think he's kind of the heart and soul of this new one.
Wow.
He brought a lot
for
to it,
for being a villain, he makes a lot of good points. He affects real change. So it's not so much that he's the bad guy. He's just I don't even know how to really explain it, and I'm not going to spoil it, but he makes some changes.
He's the foil character to Black Panther.
Yeah.
So we got great acting. You're saying?
Yeah.
Great acting overall.
story.
The cast overall is very, very good. Andy Serkis is awesome as Claw, and you've got
characters or
Hobbit characters. Martin Freeman.
The only
Martin
white
Freeman.
people in the whole movie.
Yeah, that's him. I would tell you that I'm blanking on his name, but the guy who actually plays Black Panther is relatable. Very likable as a main. He's not really flashy, but I think he's a good central point that you can kind of focus in on and say here's this guy and all this craziness and whatever's going on around him. You can kind of sympathize with what he's going through and what he eventually learns. He has a good arc. There you go, Chadwick Boseman. Thank you so much.
There's been a lot of talk about the sister as well. I mean, I haven't watched the movie or anything, but I've been hearing a lot about that. And why is that? I'm sure she's integral and part of the film. But
the premise of Wakanda is that they're very advanced technologically. So you have a not only do you have this mysticism and everything of the Black Panther and how he gets his powers, but you also have Fantastic Four level technology, right? Oh yeah,
his suit is probably more advanced than the current Iron Man suit.
Easily, yeah. It's made completely out of the same stuff Captain America's shield is, which is probably the most valuable stuff on Earth.
Oh, clearly, in this, if you could tell in this movie, clearly. But
cool.
The only bad thing, I think, not really bad, but the only downside of this movie is that we have Infinity War coming up. This movie doesn't really add much to that arc, in my opinion. It's solely about what's going on with Black Panther, and in a world where you only wanted to know stories related to Infinity War, this could be totally skipped over.
Yeah, they call it self-contained, and I think that's okay.
Very well self-contained movie, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's only 3 locations I can think of throughout the entire movie in terms of 3 different countries or whatever that they might go to.
Right.
And I would say that, beyond that, you wouldn't even know it was in the Marvel Universe if you didn't know ahead of time, or I don't even think there's any cameos in there. You would just had to have known that it was there. There's no Spider-Man or Captain or anybody else, swinging around in there.
It is entirely self-contained.
Mm-hmm. When is this film in the realm of timeline? Let's say of Thor Ragnarok,
it's the day after Civil War.
The day after Civil War. Okay.
I don't know if is it one day? I thought it was it's after Civil War in that time period.
Yeah, because the assassination occurs of his father.
Yeah,
in Civil War.
Spoiler alert.
And then it picks up. Yeah, so spoiler alert for a 2-year-old movie.
Yeah.
And then it picks up immediately. This movie does. So you could just say it's the next day after
Okay.
that.
Gotcha.
Or yeah, however long it takes for him to travel.
Mhm.
Basically,
I tell you who I liked in there, and you guys that haven't seen it can pick it up, but M'Baku, the leader of the white gorilla tribe, he
yeah,
was awesome. And apparently he's got a bit of a following on Twitter now. Like people are kind of loving him. Um, it's he was a cool character, and I would like to see more of him. So
there's just so much good stuff about this movie.
yeah, very enjoyable all the way through. The only thing I will say for me is that it has like there's this like vibranium mine, so that's an area, and it looks really CGI, like
Yeah.
maybe like Star Wars level CGI, like prequels CGI.
Ooh, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, yeah, it doesn't look very realistic. Not everything about it feels like you're in a computer. They're on green screens. There's no getting around that. And I don't know that they could have done much better with it, but maybe they didn't have to be quite so ambitious with how much CGI they needed to use. They have this really cool fight scene out in the grass, like out in the open. And it looks
That
great.
was really cool.
Yeah,
And I think that scene's actually the same one from Infinity War, the trailer.
could be. No spoilers, Jester. I'm keeping tabs on chat. We're watching out. You got to be prepared that people might be fighting indoors or outdoors in the movie.
Oh, you can't. You don't know. I don't know.
So out of 10, what do you think?
I feel like I'm probably gonna go like a 8.5 out of 10.
I would give
Because
it an 8.
Yeah, because 9 I think would be probably like some of my favorite movies, and this falls just a little short, but overall still really good.
It is. Really good, really good. So yeah, so I would recommend everybody go check this movie out. Good.
You probably have, based on the numbers.
Except for me. Actually, you know what? In this case, since you guys gave it such a great score, I may take the wife and go see it. How about that?
You should go.
There you go.
I should go see it.
Good.
Yeah. We did watch Thor, and that
Wholesome
was good. So,
Yeah, Thor's a great date movie.
it is. Nothing like
Now-
Led Zeppelin and bashing
How-
some people with hammers.
Oh no, my wife loves the Valkyrie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Tessa
don't think
Thompson.
Black Panther is as good as Thor or Spider-Man, but it is definitely better than.
I think it's better than
Doctor
Spider-Man.
Strange. You think it's better than Spider-Man?
Yep, I would put it on. I mean, keep in mind there's like different levels of like enjoyment and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I really, really enjoy like Ant-Man, and I'd put it
That's good.
a little bit. I put it right around there. So like, but it's a sliding scale. Like I think I value Ant-Man higher than a lot of other people. So, but
Is that
I'd
just
put it
because
up
of a
there.
past, like you reading about him or knowing about him, or like?
What's that? Oh,
For
so
you,
I'll be
for
honest.
you.
I didn't know much about Black Panther at all till I read the books. He is guest starred in a number of series I've read, but I've never really read his series until probably last week. And there were a lot of things I was talking about, although it was not. That story is very new or very unique. It's not lifted from anything from the books I read.
I know nothing about it, so I'd be going in other than just the Civil War and just seeing him there.
That's how I
So,
was.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks for your review, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a little bit. I have one TV show to talk about like we didn't get to talk about last week, but just wanted to add since we're on the topic of Disney and Marvel and blah blah. Disney's supposedly working on a Muppet reboot for their streaming service that we've talked about before.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
So to be clear, this is the new standalone Disney streaming service outside of Hulu that
Right.
they're going to be doing this stuff on. So you're still going to have your channels on Hulu and Netflix, but they'll have their own standalone with, I guess, a Muppet reboot, which I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Love the Muppets.
Absolutely.
More stuff, good stuff. I mean, they already said Star Wars, a Marvel show, Muppets,
Yeah.
Swedish Chef.
Swedish.
Yeah.
Need him? Want him?
Like Sam the Eagle.
Need some Gonzo? Why not?
I always ride that ride at Disney too, whenever we go.
Yeah.
The 3D theater adventure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always go watch it. It's so much fun.
It's still there.
It's still there, and it hasn't changed in like 20 years, but it's still good.
But Rob,
Oh,
tell me
yeah.
about this show that's actually a comic book, and I didn't know that.
Yeah. So before I get into that, we have a question from chat
Oh, do we?
asking if we were fans of the Muppet
Muppet
Babies.
Babies.
I will say I was a huge fan of the Muppet Babies. Also because they would do a lot of Star Wars stuff in Muppet Babies, if you guys remember.
I actually
I don't think
remember
I've
it.
ever watched Muppet Babies.
I admit I'll watch it. I watched it too. So, I do remember some Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not as vividly as Rob, but I do remember like the actual like theme song, of course, and then there was Star Wars references.
Yep, there was adventures and everything else. So yeah, Muppet Babies was a lot of fun. I was a kid when I watched it. I haven't revisited it. We have another question about Reboot. You guys remember that one, the CGI reboot?
That is an amazing show, right there.
It was ahead of its time, but I think it was too ahead of its time.
Yeah,
because
of
the
CGI.
CGI holds up.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's take a. Yeah, well, I'm gonna probably take
Memory
a look
lane
at the graphics and see what it looks. Yeah, they're almost like
man.
puns,
Yeah.
like computer puns. So, so getting into a little bit of TV talk, I have a quick review of a series I watched called "The End of the Effing World," and that is how it is titled on Netflix.
Yep.
And the reason we're bringing it up, it is a comic book series that was adapted for TV. And the premise is essentially this boy wants to be a serial killer. He's very awkward. He has issues with his parents. His mother's passed away. He doesn't respect his dad very much. And he meets this extremely rebellious girl at school. And they decide to start hanging out. So his plan is this rebellious girl might not be missed. So his plan is to become a serial killer, starting with her. But he's working up the nerve, can't really figure it out. There's a lot of this inner monologue where they're talking and she's saying stuff like, "Oh, he's she's thinking he's cute," and he's like, "Oh, should I stab her here or there?" It's like all this internal stuff. So it's very, very dark humor.
It is.
But I think it's interesting because it is so unique and very different. So I will say it's extremely mature themes. So, not something safe to watch around kids or people that might be upset by, certain topics. I likened it to a modern day Catcher in the Rye, which is a coming of age story in New York. Holden, goes into New York and, meets prostitutes and drinks alcohol. And, he goes from school into this and becomes a man, quote unquote, by experiencing these things. So a lot of that's very similar, in this show. I think it's very smart, very witty. It's a British show, so you get those nice British accents, and it's very short. The whole series less than 3 hours total. So I gave it a 9 out of 10. Because I think it was something right up my alley to try something new. But what did you think, Brandon? Because you watched it too.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of slow. It's very slow starting off. I probably only kept watching it because I was invested in it, and it was really short, so I didn't really feel like I was wasting a lot of time. I don't know if they intended it to be a movie, but it almost feels like a long movie.
Yeah,
but it's broken up really well, where you don't have to sit there the whole at one time. It's broken up really well, but like you could watch it in one sitting, and it'll feel like you're watching a movie. So, but I would say I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay,
in my realm of things, but it's enjoyable for sure.
Yeah, and I'm not
as funny as I thought I was going to find it.
Yeah, it's funny at points, and then it's really dark at points. So
Really
you have to be
dark.
kind of ready for that bouncing back and forth.
Well, the points you just stated, I haven't watched it, or I just hearing it from you guys. Does it have any deeper meaning behind what it's trying to say?
I would say so.
Yeah,
I think it's a very deep story in terms of different levels. I won't spoil it, but it's definitely coming of age story with, man, so much societal
It's
BS,
really
you know?
very topical with current events.
Yeah, I would say that's kind of what I was getting at. Because we want to be, very I would say respectful in that sense too, of course. And and they, I'm sure they are in their writing too, right? As you would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no nudity or anything like that. So I think it's safe in that way to watch. But I think when I say mature, in addition to having, there's some,
Language.
violence and stuff, but there's also just understanding it. Like, I think to understand the story takes, a more mature mind too.
Okay, so I just like to talk about that just for everyone to maybe prepare themselves for what they're taking in this sense. So yeah, cool. Yeah.
Don't expect much laughs. There's some haha one-liners. Then it's like, oh.
It's usually uncomfortable humor, like cringe humor.
It is.
I was like, I was like perfect. Aha! Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of that.
Yeah.
Plenty of that.
So, good stuff
So-
on that. And of course, I want to hear some comic stuff from Rob.
Yeah. So I don't really get too much on the news, but I have committed to a review every week of a series that I've read. So this week I read Thor vs. Hulk, Champions of the Universe. I also read this from my Comixology Unlimited app. This is exclusive to that. So you do have to have that service in order to be able to read it. So with that said, the premise is Thor and Hulk are kind of arguing about, who's the strongest, as is the age-old question, who are stronger, Thor or Hulk. And as they're, having this kind of dialogue about like what's going on, they're actually abducted by an intergalactic game show, and they're forced to complete challenges.
This sounds
Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah, a little bit, huh? Yeah, so I certainly thought it had some some roots there in the but they don't actually pit them against each other, so they're not actually fighting each other.
Okay.
What they're doing is they're saying something like, here's a damsel in distress, and there's a dragon, flying around. I'm just giving an example. I don't want to spoil any of the real stories, but basically, whose approach actually works to save the day. And what happens is, even though Hulk is definitely stronger, Thor has a bit more cleverness to his solutions. So, Hulk could end up, way distracted because he's like fighting some big monster, and Thor, swung in and saved the day and flew away. So I won't tell you who ultimately wins or if there's a winner, but I will say it's an entertaining, fun read. It's pretty light, so you're not getting to deal with any kind of really deep details or any kind of introspection on either of the characters. But I think it gives a good layered view of each character, and kind of gives them their their time in the sun to kind of focus on what they're good at and where their weaknesses are. So it's a good character decomposition.
Lots
So
of good
overall,
action, I'm sure.
yeah, definitely lots of good action. I'll say the art's a little light, and when I say light, I mean not as detailed as I typically like. So I'm going to give it overall a 7 out of 10. That is my good, not great rating. So I would suggest, if you have an open afternoon and you're looking for an easy story to blow through, I think Thor vs. Hulk, Champions of the Universe is a good one to do that.
Nice.
Love the comic talk.
Something that's better than Batman versus Superman, I'm sure, in any sense. Although I heard the comic was a lot better. For
I
that.
mean, Batman v Superman, there's a ton of comics
Everything,
related to that, and there's some great series on Batman versus Superman. I can actually recommend one to you. I might reread that and bring it up in a future episode. So I'm not just going to be going off of new comics. I'll be looking at some classics too from time to time. So
because
I wouldn't mind reading some of the originals.
Yeah, in this case, you may bring up that one that you recommend, so that maybe I don't know, not makes up for the Batman versus Superman movie that was.
I like that movie.
It was entertaining in a sense, but versus any other like superhero movie, there was those cringy pulls that they had. I just
Not as
couldn't.
bad as Justice League.
Yeah, did you? I was gonna say, did you watch Justice League?
I don't
that'll...
think I didn't watch Justice League. I didn't watch that one. Oh, even it was worse.
You don't like Batman vs Superman? Oh man.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm glad we had this talk then.
Yeah, if you thought Batman vs Superman was cheesy, yeah, that's not gonna do you any favors.
I also want to talk about just a little bit of a Thor versus Hulk. There always is something with Thor and Hulk. Is that like an arc thing? Is that just Like, what is going on there? Like, I don't know
Well, I
the
think
lore
it's the
behind it, but
yeah, I think it's the competitiveness. So, because they're both strong, they were both not original Avengers. Thor was an original Avenger. Hulk came on just a little bit later. Actually, he might have been the original. I might be thinking Captain America, but they have a long history together since at least the early '60s. So when you've got two really strong guys that either of them could win a fight because they fought a number of times and it's gone either way. I think Hulk would destroy him,
yeah,
9 times out of 10. But sometimes Thor gets in there. So I think it's just the competitiveness and everything, and really they're just fun. I mean, Hulk is dumb. Thor is kind of dumb too, but not as dumb. So it's kind of
yeah. I got you.
blind leading the blind.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's a fun dynamic. I think it's cool.
I think Thrust said that he says both most powerful heroes in the Marvel universe. I guess that could be something too.
I guess in terms of physical strength,
Physical,
yeah.
right.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can go galactic, and you have like the celestial beings and stuff that are way more powerful than a person who's the actual universe will beat the Hulk. but yeah, that's they're very strong and they're fun in that way. So yeah, it's a fun series, and that drew me to it because of how much fun I had watching them in the Thor movie. Yeah, I decided let me go ahead and check out this book too.
So you were listening to Led Zeppelin while you were reading the comic, of course.
I listen to Led Zeppelin all the time.
Oh,
anyway.
okay. Yeah, gotcha. Cool. Thanks, Rob. Yeah, thanks for that.
And,
Always appreciate that.
Everybody knows what's coming, but before we jump into it, I think this is the last week of recording before the actual episode releases, and it won't be on SoundCloud. So if you're a SoundCloud listener, I'm sorry, but the combined versions of all the 20 questions we've played since the beginning of the year will be on iTunes, YouTube, the website, all those places when probably around next week once I get it all put together.
The mashup.
The mashup.
The greatest hits.
The greatest hits.
Actually, every hit.
If you've been listening to these like pre-recorded on iTunes, you're like, what happened to 20 questions? We've been playing it. We're gonna bring it to you all at one time. So look for that bonus track coming soon. But with that being said, it's Andrew's week, so
I should have a counter.
All right.
I should have a counter. I'm gonna add a counter to this. But yeah, you can go for it.
All right. So chat, you're help us out in here.
Yeah, chat, we're gonna be looking to you. You're on a bit of a delay, so don't freak out if we don't get to you right away.
Chat won last week, so
chat did win.
Wait, did they?
Yeah.
Oh yes, you're right with Kane. You're right.
Hey, don't. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it was nice.
Candy canes.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. This will be clipped and be on some future episode too.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
All right.
But, well, I guess we need to do what we always do.
Yeah, let's narrow this down. Let's find some years. Let's find some years. I think, right?
I think probably 2005 is a good middle ground. So.
Yeah, let's do it.
2005.
After?
Yeah.
Or before? It's not after. So
it's before 2005.
Correct.
And when we say 2000, like after 2005, we mean like January 1st, 2005.
January 5. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it'd be before that, meaning it wouldn't be released sometime in 2005.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're looking at original Xbox, PS2.
Oh, we're talking about the beginning of time. So let's cut that.
Beginning of time.
Right. It's chess.
So you think we should narrow it down again?
Yeah, let's narrow it down again. He likes these.
He likes.
GameCube
He's using the
games and
meta.
stuff.
He's using the metas.
So should we do 2000?
Let's cut it 2000. Yeah. So is it before 2000?
It is before 2000.
Okay.
So pre-Xbox, we're thinking Nintendo 64, SNES, Atari, all those. Maybe even PC. I mean, PC's around.
Well, we got a lot of options here, so I say we cut it again.
Cut it again. 90.
Yeah.
What? They gotta go for the cuts.
Yeah. So what year do you want to go with?
Was it released after 1990?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
We got
we're in
10
our.
year
We've
time.
got our decade. We got our decade. Was it? So let's maybe we figure out now like what kind of platform it was on.
Yeah.
So was it on a Nintendo platform?
Yes. It was
It's
on a
always
Nintendo
on a
platform.
Nintendo platform.
All right.
It's always. What do you
So-
mean always? No.
So
Not
after
for me.
90, I think was what SNES and N64.
Don't forget Virtual Boy.
Don't forget Virtual Boy.
That.
You can't forget.
Yeah,
or Game
handheld.
Boy.
Handheld throws
Game
a.
Boy.
You know. So let's. I'm gonna guess it's a GameCube or not GameCube. Nintendo 64 game. So let's throw that out there. Is it on the Nintendo 64?
It is on Nintendo 64. Yes.
Huh.
And they're really fast.
How surprising.
Okay.
I think you've done 3 of these games, and I don't know that they've all been gotten right or not, but
I
we
hope
got
I
a
didn't
Nintendo
pick it
fanboy.
again.
That'd
But
be
we'll
funny.
see.
that would be
I
sad.
probably wouldn't remember your previous ones, but
Okay, well, all right. So we've narrowed it down.
Is
We've
that
narrowed
5
down
questions?
to Nintendo
I'm gonna say
64.
5. I'm gonna say 5
Well-
Yeah,
questions.
you got to keep track. I think it was only 2, but
Okay.
you go ahead.
for,
It's 5.
For Thrust, let's see. Was it an FPS?
It's not an FPS.
Okay,
No.
okay.
Not GoldenEye
Or Perfect Dark,
or Perfect Dark.
Those are all guesses. So
or
you're at-
Turok.
No, or Turok, yeah. Or
Yeah, all the ones
All
we
the
know it
guesses.
isn't.
No.
All right. So is it a third person game?
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, so now we know it could be like platformer,
Platformer.
Mario's. It would not be an RPG or as suggested in there.
be.
Third,
would you
third person.
Would you consider Paper Mario third person?
That's what I was
Would I?
thinking of. Like, I'm kind of thinking like perspective wise. Yeah, it's perspective. So yeah, it's third person.
So okay, so let's say perspective. Maybe we should try to find
You
out
can
what
see,
type
like
of-
you can see
Your character. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I was going to ask if it was a platformer, but Brandon, what are you thinking?
It's a good guess. There's a lot of platformers on the N64. so
Yeah, they helped narrow it down a bit.
it would.
So, is it a platformer?
It's not a platformer.
Gets out
Okay,
a lot of
okay.
stuff. So it leaves us with.
This is type of game, like actual genre. It says platformer.
Right.
It's not a platformer.
I mean, it can have platforming elements, and
But you
and
have to
don't
ask that
say-
question though.
Right? No, it's
Yeah.
fine. You can just say, but it's not specifically a platformer.
It's not specifically
Probably
a
got
platform.
platforming elements.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could ask about the developer.
that's a great
What's the big
idea.
ones? We got Rare. We have, of course, Nintendo themselves.
Hmm.
Square Enix put some games out on 64.
You know what? They were starting to move over to PlayStation.
PlayStation.
So I mean, they release a lot of their stuff there. I don't think Square's got. I'm probably gonna get killed for this one, but I don't think they've got any games on the 64. I'm sure someone will be like, "Oh yeah, what about this?"
Yeah.
Jerk.
What about this?
Jerk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or it could be StarCraft for the 64.
Oh yeah, don't forget.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Never forget. Yeah. I know.
We haven't asked if it was an RPG yet. We haven't.
Yeah,
I don't
Chad
think
wants to
you
know if
asked.
it's an RPG.
It's not an RPG.
Okay.
Third person, not platformer, not RPG, not action. Well, it's not.
I mean, at this point, we could be looking at a racing game. We could be
would
looking
you
at
consider
a
racing third person?
depending, right?
Technically,
It's Cruising USA, right?
there is Cruising USA. That's a good game.
That is a good game.
Yeah, let's just narrow down racing completely. We'll ask about that. Does that sound all right? So, yeah, is it a racing game?
It's a racing game.
Oh,
It is a racing game.
Ooh. It could
So-
be Cruising USA.
it could be Cruising USA.
So we have Cruising USA, Mario Kart. There's that. I don't know if you guys ever played that Beetle racing game.
There's Daytona. No, Daytona didn't come out for that one, did it?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, racing games were there. The Diddy Kart.
Well, let's find out if it's a kart style game because there was a couple of those
There's a couple carts.
that came out. So, is it a kart style racer?
It's not a kart style racer. No.
Okay, so this is probably a more realistic one. So I think it might be Cruising USA.
Cruising USA. We can ask. I mean, we got.
Well, it said it was a racing. Oh, let's. Yeah, is it a land-based racing
Hang
game?
on. It could
Well,
be.
uh,
That's a question.
What was the name of the
was it a
game where
question?
you're on jet-
What?
Yeah, that's a
what was the
question.
name
Okay. So what was the question?
This is
I'm sorry.
important.
I'm
What
sorry.
is it? A land-based racing game?
Uh,
Like, are you on land?
Like on physical land.
Oh, I see.
Because you could be like on water.
Yes, you are on physical land on this game.
So
Okay.
it's not the jet. Not wave race. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's not
no,
wave race.
no.
That was a good
So it's-
guess.
Yeah, so no cart. Yeah, I mean, we got some options, but yeah, I think cruising's up there.
Cruising.
Cruising's up there. I love it.
I almost want to just get it out of the way in case it's not it.
Might as well.
Is it Cruising USA?
It's not Cruising USA.
Okay.
Okay.
But let's think about how great of a game that was for a little while.
let's take a brief second.
It looks awful. I don't know if you guys have looked at it in a long time. It looks awful.
I think for
Oh,
me,
yeah,
it was
it's
a
terrible.
great rent. It was a great rent from Blockbuster, that's for sure. But it
I
wasn't
played
a
in the
great.
arcade.
Oh yeah, you played. Yeah, you played in the arcade too. Yeah.
All right, so what other racers did we have for this then?
Ooh.
I see an F-Zero. Ooh, that's I
Yeah.
like F-Zero.
But are you on
No,
the
we should
ground?
actually put-
No, that's hover. That's hover. But
You're hovering off. I mean, maybe we should get the setting like if it's a realistic, like if it had real cars, or if it was like
well, we know it's not kart style.
right. But I mean, F-Zero is not kart. Would you say?
No, that's true. I wouldn't consider it. So, yeah, we can ask if it's like a modern day
Yeah,
racer or
does it
futuristic.
have actual vehicles that were on Earth at the time in the game?
See.
Do you want to ask just if it's a modern racer?
Like if I have like Ferraris and
Well, that's the thing. Like
America
back then,
or
did they have any of that stuff? Like the brand on the cars?
Yeah.
Probably not. I don't think so.
well,
no, let's
Was it-
just.
Were,
I think
were they modern style cars? Is
Yeah.
that the question?
Yeah.
Yes, they were modern style cars.
not cruising.
but not Cruising USA.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Hmm.
I love this. I love this.
I like that. Rush 2 Extreme Racing USA. Someone's
What?
Googling.
Someone, yeah, these. What is this?
What was
Because
the
that's
name
not
of what's the name of the series that it's like a really long running series? Ridge Racer?
Yeah, but that's a PlayStation.
Was
Series.
it PlayStation?
Yeah, it's on. That's
I think there's
Tecmo.
some on Xbox.
Oh yeah, they went on Xbox too, but I don't think it was on
I think it was
Nintendo
Xbox,
64.
okay.
Ridge Racer is a great game, but I don't think it's that. I'll be surprised. Well, we have some guesses in chat. How many
Couple.
questions are we at?
13.
13.
Okay. So you said it was modern cars.
Modern cars.
So
Yep.
we're dealing with like modern style cars and everything.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
Not-
true.
Not Cruising USA.
Right.
I don't. Was that on the 64 thrust? Or is that? I thought that. I know. I was shocked about. Was that? I thought it was PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Are these all cars, or are you racing other types of vehicles? So, like, are all the vehicles you race cars?
Yes. I'm gonna say yes. There might be like some hidden like code for something else, but I'm just gonna say for the most part of the game, the idea is cars. Yes.
Well, we get a
Modern.
refund if you lied to us.
No, yeah, I agree. So it's definitely cars. Yeah.
Okay.
And though
So-
it's not PS1 because they said it's Nintendo platform. So
No,
Yeah,
I
it
think
was Nintendo 64.
yeah, Nintendo 64 specifically. There's only really been a couple more. I think you guys are getting there. It's just like I know you guys would go over Cruising USA first, but there's another one there.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Brandon?
I don't
What
know,
else
I had a
is
hard
there?
time. My go-to was cruising.
Because there's a lot of racing games back then. I figured maybe it'll be
It's like
hard
a
to
card game.
distinguish,
Mhm.
between them.
Let's ask it real quick. Like, did they use like actual like brands of cars? Like, was it like branded? Like, meaning like they would race
Yeah,
like the Lamborghini something or the Porsche something else,
That I
or
have to look
were they
up.
like made up cars,
That I
like
have to
just
look up.
generic
though.
cars?
I
Because
have
there
to
was
look
this
it up.
taxi racing game I
I'm about
remember.
to like dive into my N64 cartridges and see what I can find.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, Midwave is a big developer for racing games.
Oh man, Midway was a big developer for everything on the 64.
Actually, you know what? Yes.
Yes.
There were like brand style cars in this game.
Okay. So I mean, Rush 2 could actually be it.
I mean, we have plenty of guesses, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like at this point I'm I only have so much
15.
knowledge on those.
It's not Rush, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So well, let's get out
Is
of the
that a
way. So we
guess?
had a guess from chat that
Yeah.
it was Rush 2 Extreme Racing USA.
It's not Rush 2 Extreme Racing USA.
If it's Rush 1, you still have to give it to us.
Oh,
Is it Rush?
it's Rush 1 then, I guess. Yeah.
Was it?
It's San
I was just
Francisco.
kidding,
It's
but-
San Francisco Rush. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Extreme
Hey,
Racing.
let me look this up.
San Francisco
let's-
Rush Extreme Racing.
All right, let's look this up then.
All I remember at the beginning was Rush when you logged in you hit
Jake,
that Rush.
That doesn't count because you cheat. So
Woo.
Yeah, you're in timeout
Either way, you
for
guys got it.
cheating.
Go chat again.
San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing. Well,
Yeah, man, San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing. You have not played that game?
No, I did. I
don't
played in the
remember
arcade.
This.
It was
You
in the
remember
arcade.
this. Rush. You remember that?
What is this bumper graphic? It says all stick.
I don't know. I remember it was either really between this game
Oh,
and
God.
Cruising USA, and I don't
It
honestly.
did not hold up at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks
Yeah.
terrible.
Actually, I want to look the. I didn't look up the Metacritic score. What's the Metacritic score on it?
100%.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding. It's
Top Gear Overdrive, is that a thing?
Top Gear. I never heard. Nope.
Yeah, Top Gear Overdrive N64. That'd been a really good guess.
they're all rating Rush 2049.
Yeah, I haven't seen the other ones. But yeah, there were a ton of racing games back in the 64 days. They were great for Blockbuster. You go to Blockbuster, you see all these racing games. You bring it home, you play with your play with your brothers or something. 2-player. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, well, cool. Well, it's good that you're diversifying a little bit. Trying
It was
some.
different. I think it was the first racing game.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, I think so.
Well, we really don't remember anything else. Like if we even did another racing game on the N64, which we probably did. I don't know. But yeah, the good guesses from chat. Although next time, probably stay away from the Google.
Yeah, it makes it a little. And the thing is, when it's in chat, like it's hard for us to ignore obvious
Yeah.
because you might have been able to like drag that game out of your memory, but not the entire title with the subtitle and everything else. So it's all good. But yeah, we try to make it, as based upon our knowledge and to see how see if we can figure it out. But yeah, we try to stay away from Googling and stuff. But
That's what we cut out Conflict Desert Storm because no one knows that game, right?
that's everyone's favorite game, right?
Favorite game. Jared, we
Meme
love you.
lives on.
We love you. Or Reckoning because no one knows
Yeah.
that game either. Rob.
I guess we need to,
The Reckoning.
we need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Time
Yeah.
to time for some plugs, Andrew.
How about you guys? You guys heard it. Why don't you guys plug it? No. All right, I'll plug it.
Plug it.
PixelPubGaming.com. It's our website, official website. So if you are familiar with the community, great. We have a Discord. We have all sorts of games that we play, from Destiny 2, World of Warcraft, and we have, like I mentioned in this podcast, a lot of other games we're trying to get into. So all of that is on the front page of pixelpubgaming.com. You can scroll down, see the games. There are going to be more added games. There's a blog section to filter out if you want to read and see more details on how to join those communities, and or like an ARC server or something like that. There's also our crew page, so basically us and our details, where you can find us on whatever platform may be, like Battle.net, Steam, Xbox, PS4, that sort of thing. So yeah, and you have the We Talk Nerd podcast uploaded usually a day after, usually, and then 2 days after. So then on that day, it'll be, you can play it from the front page of the website too. So
yeah,
cool.
Say a special shout out to Thrust. Thanks for sticking in there. I know it's 3 a.m. where you're at.
Oh my God,
what?
Crazy man. Yeah, you need to get your rest.
Hearts out in that chat right there.
There you go. Well, he'll be thinking about that tomorrow when he can't sleep or he can't stay awake. Yeah, appreciate you, Thrust. I'm glad you're able to swing by, but yeah, probably not a good thing to make it a habit.
I don't care. I mean,
well, if he's got to be up till 3 a.m. Yeah. So yeah, you can check me out on the We Talk Nerd Discord channel. I'm always hanging out there. I like interacting, chatting. So, yeah, chatting with Thrust. So, get on there and let's talk some more nerd stuff. Let's talk comics, movies, and whenever it comes out, mute.
Yep. And I'm ABOP, AEBOP. I'll be on the Discord channel. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share to, the Twitch, the website, the YouTube page. Go subscribe to the subreddit. Join the Discord. Talk to us in the We Talk Nerd podcast channel. And if you're playing WoW, come join me in World of Warcraft. I'll probably be leveling here soon. If I'm not playing Borderlands with my wife. But I should be streaming that here soon. So over at twitch.tv/ABOP, AEBOP.
Cool.
But other than that, we'll see you guys later.
All right. Bye.
See ya.